I'm Shep's thinking that maybe we should just go to his 239. That's where he's supposed to live, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
where his office is. Let's go ahead and go there. That way, because we were already asked to go there to get a replacement thing, and we can give him our spiel about helping from the college, and if he has any questions to contact Glenn Mack.
Yes.
But we're going to have to go there eventually, so let's just go ahead and go there and kind of wait for him. We can get out and knock on the door, that sort of stuff. It's not suspicious if we're heading there in the middle during the daytime, and
Okay.
he can eventually find us, hopefully. Now,
Okay.
Sophia sneaking out of the back of the truck might be suspicious, but we don't have to know that we know her, right?
I guess. Should we tell her that?
No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I mean, you could.
Of course,
Who's this crazy girl you picked up in your truck? I don't know.
That
Jumped
his
out of
know.
wielding a Molotov.
what? You know how that just looks like a crazy ex-girlfriend move kind of dealio? Just like someone popping out of like a truck and just be like, "How dare you!"
I told you we weren't going together anymore.
I know that sweater.
Take your cat and leave my sweater.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. Jesus Christ.
I'd like you all to make vigor rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vigor.
Where's the figure?
I got a 5.
Yeesh.
Oh, that's good. That looks good.
Okay. Shep, would you like to Benny that?
Yeah, I'll use my last penny. Much better.
Since a 2 is a failure, Shep has elected to use his last Benny to try to roll it. Okay. Sophia, you feel a little rumble in the belly, but it quickly passes.
Mm.
Boy.
Oh God, was it the chili?
I did crit fail my roll.
Oh, don't do it.
Oh, God.
Okay, so Rocco really needs to be nice to Shep after this.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny. That poor woman.
One of you
Luckily,
made
Savannah is going back to pick that up.
one of you made a comment that was just like, I have to replay it and roll it back, but it just matched so perfectly. So something about feeling it later or something like that. So okay, Mr. Jimmy's trailer looks like it's in worse repair than the others, just by the fact that there's a lot of junk around it. There's like a carburetor that's half disassembled on like a folding table out in front. Looks like there are some oil stains on the driveway that his El Camino has dripped over time. It's just discolored the pavement. One of his windows it's not broken, but it's certainly cracked. But it's a FEMA trailer, much like all the others. And it does have a sign that says Management Office. Jimmy Buck. No, it probably says James Buck.
Oh, fancy. So, I'll go along with what Shep said. I will put my trust in this boy.
There's a lot of empty beer bottles Quite a few brazen hussies have passed his lips, it seems.
As we get out of the truck, I will look under the tarp and see if Sophia is okay back there. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. This is fine.
Do you want to stay back there while we go and figure this out? Just
Would you
in
think
case?
it'd be a good idea for me to stay back here just in case?
Shall
Like-
we,
The nearest tree is over 30 feet away, incidentally.
Chip, do you think that she'll be...
Should I like
stay
look
for
out?
backup
Wait,
just in
no.
case? He's
Yeah.
a scary looking guy.
She can be the. If she hides really well, she could.
I can hide pretty well. I can't look.
She'd
very
be able
well.
to listen in.
I'd like y'all to
Shake
make me
hands
you all to make me a smarts roll straight up. Let's see the
Yeah.
dice. Let's see the dice hit the table.
Where's my? There we go.
Yay!
Shep, you and Sophia suspect. Ava, you know that the clock is ticking, that the amount of time it will take Mr. Jimmy to collect the remaining 20 or so trash cans means that he will be rounding that corner soon. Soon.
Oh, guys. Let's go in. We
Yeah.
need to get in there soon then. Should you could... Maybe Sophia staying out here as a
I'm staying
lookout
in
would
the-
be good, and you
Yeah.
can text us if you see anything.
Yes, go. Just go. Go. And I hide
Okay.
back under
Shep
the
throws Sophia his voice recorder and then heads to the door.
Okay.
I will.
Shep, you see as you approach the trailer, you know the screen door is open and it's flapping a little bit every time there's like a little breeze. And the door, the actual physical front door, is open. It looks messy as you approach the front door. You can see in just a little bit, like 5-10 feet from the light coming in the windows. Looks messy. More beer bottles, containers of carry-out food, half-eaten or just left, magazines, stuff like that. You view as you peer in. You haven't entered yet.
Oh no! I would knock on the door frame since the door's already open, and just say hello.
Yeah, there's no response. You've probably one of the either Mimi or Lucia, Meemaw, probably, or maybe Brittany has indicated that he's a bachelor and doesn't live with anybody.
Okay.
Just him and his hussies.
Go. I'll open the door. Is the light on?
No, but there is light streaming in.
Okay. Ava will keep her little hoodie on and go
Dun
on
dun
in.
dun 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 dun.
She's small. She's wearing dark colors. She could be sneaky and go inside. Why not?
Sure. It's much as I described it to Shep. There are empty beer bottles on every imaginable surface, even some stacked like alongside the wall on the floor. Empty containers. It smells like it hasn't been cleaned in a while. It smells like sweat and
Ew.
rotting food. Looks like he finishes like a carry-out ribs, and that's where the styrofoam container just kind of sits. A couple wilted dead plants. Make me a notice roll.
Sure.
A success with a raise. You see a stack of opened envelopes with a small letter opener on his kitchen table, kind of where the one chair with that vinyl seating material, which is slit. It looks like it's from his weight over time, it's just worn and cracked open, and he hasn't bothered to try to repair it. It's one of those old vinyl chairs. It's probably where he would sit. There are a stack of envelopes, a neat stack of envelopes, all of them open, and a letter opener next to them. And at least the top letter and the one that's just beneath it, because the top one is shifted off a little bit, it looks like they are from the Social Security Administration.
Oh, can we look at it?
You
Or
pick
is
up
it
the
just like
you pick up the
information
stack of envelopes,
Yeah.
and they're all empty. There are probably more than 40 of them. Maybe 50 might be a more accurate, just off the top of your head, guesstimation. All of them, you riffle through them. They're kind of like the white envelope that's been slitted open, and like the little plastic window that lets the address show through. But none of the contents of any of these envelopes remain. They are all empty.
I think he's been stealing these people's checks. Do I spot any of the plaques or any other strange thing? Do I get bad juju vibes from this place like we did the plaques?
No. No, you
Okay.
don't. And in fact, there is no plaque in this unit. At least they were all seemingly mounted, kind of in the same position in each trailer, like along like the right hand wall as you face in. This one doesn't seem to have it. I mean, the smell is overpowering. The rotting food, the human sweat.
Ew. So bad.
Very, just the smell of dishes that stack in a sink without being cleaned regularly. A trash can that might be overfilled and hasn't been taken out. Boy, it sounds a lot like my apartment, doesn't it? Sophia, make me a notice roll.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wow.
No?
Very good. That golf cart is parked in front of Unit 12, and you peek over and you see he's doing those last 3 trash cans. Probably 12 is an unoccupied pad, so you probably see that the tip of the front bumper of the golf cart, like just past Unit 36. So he's doing 35 and 36. I'd forgotten for a moment that those are unoccupied pads from 7 to 12.
I'm texting both Ava and Shep. Exactly where he is at the moment.
He's about to turn the corner.
Yeah.
Once he hops onto his. Now you don't know. He might be going to a dumpster. The dumpster might be the other way if he's going to unload this trash. But chances are good he's going to come around that corner.
Okay. Before I run out, do I see any strange symbols anywhere? Like, would I have, from my notice earlier when I first saw him, would I have noticed that strange skull necklace he was wearing?
A little too far away to make that out with great details.
Okay. And if she doesn't feel any bad jujus here, but she doesn't see a plaque either, then she'll go back over to where Shep is, because his initial plan to make us seem very inconspicuous seems like a good one.
Okay.
She'll go back over to him.
All of you hear a conversation at the opposite end from you at trailer 36. You hear friendly conversation, amicable conversation, agreeable conversation. Yeah, can do that. Sure. Let me, yeah, I can do that. And a lighter male voice. Yeah, it's been going on for some time, but it's only gotten bad recently. I don't know, maybe it just needs to be tightened up. Yeah, I'll look into it. Gonna have to get under there. Maybe I'll do it first thing in the morning. I think. Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah, can do that. Yeah, get right on it. Ava, did you take the envelopes or did you leave them?
I took them with me.
Okay. Did you use your hands to pick them up, or did you use like a paper napkin or something to avoid getting
She
fingerprints
would
on
have
them?
been really grossed out, so she would have taken like the cleanest napkin she could find
Mm-hmm.
and pick it up and take it with her out there and show them to Shep, and she will give her deduction of, I think that he's been stealing money from these people. Look, don't touch him though. It's really gross in there. It's bad.
These envelopes look like they were freshly delivered, and they're quite clean. They were sitting on like the only clean little patch on that Formica tabletop with that little letter opener sitting next to them. So, I mean, they're not gross. These envelopes aren't gross.
Okay.
If
Good.
your deduction would be, if indeed he is taking their checks, then he wouldn't want soy sauce staining the checks. You know,
That's true.
he'd want
Actually.
them to like deposit them at a teller, an ATM, someplace where they're not smeared, smudged, or otherwise defaced.
So, yes, I found these in there, and I think that he's probably been taking them. That poor lady said that she's been waiting for hers for a long time now.
No, it was only a day. It was only a day late or two, and she got it.
Ooh, okay.
She did remark that her envelope contained
you're
her
right.
check.
Then I wonder why he has any of these Social Security checks. He's not old enough to be receiving any of these, and indeed having them open in his own place. But I don't know. But I should probably put them somewhere. Or should I put them back? Should I put them back?
Put them back and take a picture.
Okay. I'll do that. Okay. I'll put them back, and then I'll pull out. Gosh, wait a second. The cell phones can't really take good pictures. I don't think they could take
I
pictures,
thought
could they?
somebody said they had a digital camera. I wasn't sure if it was you.
I have one.
Hey there, what are you kids doing in my trailer?
Oh. Never mind.
Come
I'm just
whizzing around the corner
this in
at max speed comes Jimmy. He probably takes that curve on two wheels, spilling trash behind him.
He sees
It's been
Shep
stacked
just like
up.
banging on the door jamb, going, "Hello, hello."
immediately hiding behind Shep, really just grabbing the back of this boy's shirt. She's like, oh my god, oh no. I would have tossed those envelopes inside of the open crack of the door. Like, oh my god, no.
So yeah, I mean, you guys were down, I think, at ground level, unless you tell me otherwise, fumbling to take pictures of these and trying to decide: do I put them in my backpack? Do I put them in my inner pocket? Do I throw them back on the table where I found them? Do I do it neatly and stack them up the way I found them? But I know we're running out of time, so tell me, Ava, and Shep, your input as well, exactly where you are when Jimmy comes around the corner.
Shep
more of
would
a
still be at the
curve.
door. He's like basically been knocking on the door or the door jamb, trying every once in a while just going hello.
I would have gone back to Shep to show him what I found.
Okay.
And then as soon as I hear the man's voice coming around the corner after we learned that he was nearby, Ava probably would have freaked out and tossed these envelopes inside of the open door and just tucked herself behind Shep, holding on to the poor guy's shirt behind him. She's just like a little kid, like, just hiding and peeking over the corner. Yeah.
What are you kids doing in my trailer?
And I'm going to look for his. And he comes around that curve. And there he is. Jimmy Buck is gonna make a notice roll.
There we go.
A 7.
You just stay right where you are.
Well, I haven't moved anywhere since we've been here waiting on you to get back here.
Okay, so you guys are kind of up on the front steps. Ava's half in and half out. Her body is probably keeping the screen door kind of half open. Sophia, you're hiding kind of in the back of the truck,
Yes.
and you hear his footsteps approaching. He's going to walk right by the truck, and you heard him say, "You two."
Right.
Not the three of you. So you judge probably hasn't seen you because he's intent on what's.
Can I scavenge around the back of this truck and maybe find a lighter?
Oh my god.
I am a scavenger.
Yeah, that's how you found that one screwdriver.
That's how I found the screwdriver.
Hey,
doesn't need to.
Mir does like to
Yeah,
borrow the
friend,
truck
like-
every once in a while.
Does Mir smoke?
Mir, he
Mir
might.
smokes. Mir's the one that likes the funny stuff.
You know, yeah, I think he smokes weed. But you know, I think he also has incense in his room. You never know.
Sophia, make me a spirit roll.
Okay.
I believe in you, friend. Yes.
Not bad.
At one time, Shep has helped a friend of his move an old, beat-up grill. One of those propane grills with the ignition starter button. And it got damaged when he was driving it. And evidently, the sparker had fallen and has been rolling around in the bed of his pickup truck. It might cause a spark. You do think that it would probably make a noise should you try to spark it.
Okay.
But with your skill as a scavenger, you quickly rub off the connector, and it seems serviceable enough.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna hold on to that and bide my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Jimmy Buck's standing there.
What y'all doing? That's my trailer. You got business here?
Why, yes. Yes, we do.
No, you come out middle of the miss. You come out where I can see you. And don't make no fast moves.
I don't like
He
it.
reaches down and he picks up like a tire iron, a rusty piece of bent metal with a nasty knob at the end, made to
Excuse
unbolt
me. Are
six-sided
you
hex
trying
nuts.
Are you threatening my friend, my female friend? What kind of Southern gentleman are you?
Listen here, you smooth talking son of a bitch. What are you doing in my property?
Your property? I thought you were just the manager. When did you buy it?
He takes a step toward.
Maybe I need to take this to the
takes a step towards
Better
you.
Business Bureau of the county,
He's blocking the
which
steps.
my parents are on the board of.
Oh.
Let's see. You can make your choice. Make the roll that you think would be either performance or taunt or persuade. And I will make an opposing roll of probably spirit.
Would survival count?
Not yet, but give it a round.
I believe in you, friend.
I don't.
Oh.
Although the truth is, his parents would be on the Better Business Bureau board. They do own a business in the county.
I Oh, you got a 2.
Yep. I don't have any persuasion.
It's possible he could crit fail. Nope, he tied you though with a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
But the tie goes to the defender.
Yeah,
Wow.
sounds like a good story. Maybe you should try lying about your fishing down at Greystone Lake. I think this is gonna. I don't like the looks of you.
And he's blocking the stairs so that you have no egress down the steps without going through him. Now, there are, of course, you can always jump over the railing to the side, but he pulls
Oh
out
no,
his.
Shep's not going to move. He's going to be going, "Oh no. I don't lie about anything. Don't have to lie about fishing. Definitely don't have to lie about my parents."
He has a walkie-talkie at the clip of his belt, which he pulls close to his face and pulls the trigger mechanism to talk.
And he says, "Intruders, come on, get them!"
Oh no.
All of you, I would like you to make a notice roll at +1 for me,
Okie dokie.
just for reasons.
reasons.
So that's an 8.
That is also an 8.
A 9, an 8, and a 6.
That could have been an 11.
You hear sounds. You swear that there's an echo, Shep. You swear that he said it, and you heard it right after that, like a Doppler effect. Sophia and Ava, you hear what he said echoing through the speakers nearby, up and down the block. Those speakers on those boxes on a stick. It sounds like his walkie-talkie is connected to them some way,
Oh,
because you heard,
Come get them! Come get them! Come get them!
oh my gosh.
and you
We're
hear
not intruders.
a screen door slam across the street, down maybe 2 or 3 units.
Uh-oh. Oh,
So
we're not intruders. We got in here just fine. We're part of an outreach program.
What did you do with the envelopes?
She threw them right back inside. So they probably scattered everywhere inside.
All right. I'm just going to, for no reason, he's going to make a notice roll. He's just going to see if one of them sort of fluttered to your feet and didn't quite make it all the way in, because throwing a bunch of envelopes that don't have any real weight to them, they could scatter a little bit. Oh yes,
Oh Lord Jesus, I saw that.
he aces that 6 and ends up with an 11. And yeah, we're in a combat. And
no.
let's see, I'm gonna pull up.
As soon as he started yelling intruders, Chef would have you would have heard Chef mumble "bouze," and he would have been starting to cast protection.
Okay. Now,
Cool.
we'll discuss that shortly because we have a few minutes. I do want to bring up Trailer Park. Oops. Copy. So let's see. Let's see. You were all on the combat tracker already. So let's see. How do I add them from my encounter? Do I drag them onto the combat tracker and then position them? Maybe I do.
Yeah, you want to put them into the combat tracker and then drag the token from the combat tracker onto the map. That's how it works in the 5e Fantasy Ground, so hopefully it works for Savage Worlds.
I grabbed his token. That didn't work, so I'll grab the little square thing, and that worked so nicely. Stretch it. 1, 2. I had different tokens for each one of these, so I'm gonna have to go and like drag the specific tokens off, but that's okay. That's fine. And oops, no, I don't want to. Oh, Jimmy Buck's there too. Very good. And I wanted to maybe drag 2 of these. Bum bum and reveal them. Oh sure, we'll do it that way. All right, so let's see. I think that they are hidden. So I am going to, let's see, how do I set their visibility? Yes. Mask sensitive visibility. I just want to show him. Eric 7.
Oh.
And that's number 6. Okay.
Oh.
Shuffling out of that door is an old man and an old woman.
Oh, no.
They're wearing wraparound sunglasses. He's using a walker, and she's got a like a small hand spade in her hand. And the door crashes open, and one of them sort of shambles out, and one shambles right behind her, looking around, walking in a kind of a stilted manner. And yeah, that's a real good place for us to stop. When we start next time, we'll draw cards and we will enter combat. You hear other doors slamming open from all directions. Some one street to the south, some a street to the north, some further down this street. Jimmy Buck is certainly threatening you with a tire iron. Now we'll do a little
and
quick.
an army of zombies.
As zombies, yes. Shep, your the pronunciation on your keyword is bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse.
Do you know what bouillabaisse is?
I know it's basically a soup ingredient.
Yes, it is it's a seafood soup with a bunch of like shellfish, like oysters and clams and like bits of lobster and crab, I think, and all sorts of like Cajun spices in a big pot cooked. And then usually when you serve somebody, you use like a pair of tongs and you make sure each one gets like an oyster and a clam and a mussel and some of the other like loose meat. And it can be very spicy and it's very good. Now,
wow.
I looked in the rules. When you want to cast protection, you can do that as a 5-round action. It requires no preparation for you. You don't have to do the 30-minute ritual. You can just cast it, and you need 5 successes in 5 rounds. So you could conceivably cast it in 1 round. If somebody helps you, and if you double ace it, and somehow you get it up to 5, it'll probably take you 2 or 3 rounds for it.
Okay.
Now, when you pull out that little mother of pearl, that little mother of pearl disc with the metal band around it, that is an enchanted item. You can cast off of that with a spirit roll. That spell, Bolt, is stored in that. And you can just cast it like it's a magic item in D&D. And that will cause the effect. It only takes you a spirit roll. And you don't know what the effect is going to be, but you know the command word is bouillabaisse.
Okay.
Now,
Nice.
Ava, I would say Sophia too, if you wanted to. You could both aid him in that activation, by giving him a rounding cheer of enthusiasm,
Oh, yeah.
or use the disc. That might be a little bit metagamey. You've never seen this. You've never seen this activated before. Not sure exactly what it's going to do.
Sophia, I think, is the only one who actually even got a hint of it, because Ava did not get to see it that one time when
I saw him messing with something in his pants.
Yep, it was something in his pocket.
Yes.
Looked like he was making sure that something was there.
You're like, there's something in his pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw it was
Come back! I'm sorry.
it was a thick disc, like bigger than a silver. No, careful, disc. It was a disc,
Yeah.
and it was about yay big, a little bigger than a silver dollar, and it caused like a little faint outline in his pocket, sort of like somebody that has a can of Skull. You can tell what it is by the shape in the pocket, and he has just pulled it out, and it looked like he is possibly attempting to activate it. And Jimmy is there threatening. There are doors shutting and slamming a couple of times around you. And at least there are no trees right in the immediate vicinity.
Yes, I'm very glad for that.
There are
Because
not.
this combat is going to be a lot more lethal than I thought it would be.
Right.
I'm aiming this Molotov straight at Jimmy now.
I don't know if Ava would knowingly understand what he's trying to do, but she would be freaking out and probably just asking for his help regardless. So I don't know if her urging him for assistance is enough to push him toward the success. Or
Well,
to
you
assist
see,
him in any way.
Shep is cursed, and he sort of starts off every encounter with an NPC one level lower than it might otherwise be. And that sort of accounts for Jimmy's immediate dislike of him. I will give you
I remember.
Shep and Ava for free. I will give you a little factoid that if you were to enter his trailer and run through it, there is another exit. Probably comes out the side, deeper in.
Oh,
because these
just
trailers.
like the ladies one.
Exactly. I will give you that for free because I'm a kind and benevolent being as I attempt to feed on your brains. And that is where we will stop for the evening, and we will be playing again soon. We are right at about a little bit over an hour of recording. That gives us 3 solid hours of play that we got in. We got a late start because of some inclement weather down in Texas. I'm in Colorado. It's sunny and warm during the day, not a hint of snow. But their location, they got deluged. So
It's okay.
We'll give it a couple of moments, and then I will stop recording. And this was great. It was a lot of fun. He's an interesting character, this Jimmy Buck.
Yes.
And yes, he does have an amulet around his neck that looks like a head of a demon with horns. And he's got some really nasty tattoos. Tribal tattoo up one arm, and what looks to be a pentagram, like the Baphomet,
yeah.
in a star on one of his forearms.
Yeah,
and
on his chest.
That's the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, man. He probably looks like the person who tried to kidnap Ava when she was a kid. Hence her fear of men.
And he's still got a mullet after all these years.
And he's still got a mullet.